Hello, listeners. Today, we are going to talk about the topic that why the normal prices of the daily use items are continuously rising. And also, we need to see why the vegetable prices are also rising. So, let's talk about something that's affecting all of us, whether we have noticed it or not, the inflation. Exactly. When there is a continuous rise in the price level, then it is known as the inflation. In September, inflation in India shot up to 5.5% compared to just 3.7% in August. That might sound like a small change, but in economic terms, it's a big jump. When inflation rises this fast, it means the cost of living for every day people goes up quicker than usual. So, what's causing this sudden spike? Let's break it down in simple terms. Now, it's normal for inflation to rise gradually, but the problem comes when it jumps sharply, like from 3.7% to 5.5% in just a month. This catches the attention of economists and policymakers. The attention to means everyday expenses are going up quickly, making the life harder, especially for those who are already struggling to making the ends meet. So, one of the main reasons for this rise in inflation is the food. Food inflation jumped to 8.4% in September compared to 5.3% in August. That's a steep rise. And when you look closely, vegetables are the biggest culprit. Vegetables prices shot up a hopping 36% in September, the highest increase in 14 months. So, if you have been to the market recently, you have probably noticed that basic ingredients that have become a lot more expensive. But it's not just the vegetables, fruits have also gotten more expensive. While inflation for fruits hitting 7.6% in September, up from 6.5% in August, then there's the cooking oil, something many of us use daily. After 19 months of falling prices, they have started going up again, with inflation at 2.5%. This change matters because cooking oil price depends on both what's happening in India and around the world, especially since India imports a lot of its oil. Now, while food prices are a big story for the story, there's another piece we need to look at, something called the core inflation. This is inflation without food and fuel prices included because those tend to change more often. Core inflation gives us a better sense of the overall price pressures in the economy because it is not including the food and fuel prices. In September, core inflation also went up to 3.5%, the highest it's been in 9 months. One reason for this is the rising cost of personal care products, things like soap, shampoo, and other everyday items. In September, the inflation for personal care products rose to 9%, up from 8% in August. But the big question over here is why are food prices, especially vegetables, going up so much? It's a mix of several reasons. Now, let's discuss each and every point. What are the reasons why the inflation is being coming up? So, the first reason is the uneven monsoons. India's monsoon season plays a huge role in farming. And this year, while overall rainfall was just 8% above normal, it wasn't spread out evenly. Key farming regions like Punjab, Haryana, and parts of Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal didn't get enough rain when they needed it. This affects the crop yields, which means there's less food available, pushing the prices further more up. Second reason is the extended monsoon and pre harvest rains. The monsoon season also lasts longer than expected, and some pre harvest rains have damaged the crops. This is especially worrying for the kharif crops, which includes the pulses like lentils and oilseeds. When crops are damaged, farmers have less to sell, and this again drives up the prices. Third one is the global factor. India imports a lot of its cooking oil, as we have discussed, and global prices have continuously been rising. This, along with the local issues, is making cooking oil prices climb in India. Plus, the global events like tensions in the Middle East can create the uncertainty in the global markets, affecting the prices of many goods, including food. Fourth reason is the supply chain disruptions. We don't always hear about it, but issues in global and domestic supply chains, how food gets from farms to stores, also plays a role in rising prices. If there are delays, or bottlenecks, the cost of moving and storing food goes up, and those costs get passed on to us. So, with inflation rising, what does this mean for the Reserve Bank of India, which is RBI, the Central Bank of India? The RBI is responsible for keeping inflation in check, and it does this mainly by adjusting the interest rates. Higher inflation puts the RBI in a tough spot because raising interest rates can help control inflation, but it can also slow down the economy. For now, most experts think that the RBI will be careful on it. They probably won't lower the interest rates until the first half of 2025, unless there's a major economic slowdown before then. There is a bit of good news though. The Kharif harvest, the crop grown during the monsoon season, will start hitting the markets at the end of this month. If the harvest is good, it could help bring food prices down a bit. But it's hard to be sure, as unpredictable weather and also the global issues could still keep the prices high. Analysts from the financial institutions like Kotak and Bank of Baroda, they expect the inflation to average between 4.5% to 5% for the fiscal year 2025. So, while we might see some relief, inflation isn't likely to drop significantly anytime soon. So, this is the reason why we are seeing that continuously there are the increasing prices of the goods, and also it is impacting the prices of the fruits, vegetables, cooking oil, and also our day-to-day life expenses which we are making it. And it is making it very much harder for the persons who have already been struggling to make the ends met. So this was the reason which we have seen that how the uneven monsoons, the extended monsoon, pre-harvest rains, the global factors, and the supply chain disruptions has led to the inflation in most of the daily use items. If you have liked our video, do like our video, share it with your friends, do subscribe our channel for more such interesting videos. Thank you.